Here's a psychology fact that's about to make cricket fans uncomfortable. If you don't care about cricket, there's nothing wrong with you. Your brain just works differently. And honestly, it might be an advantage. Psychologists call this selective cultural detachment. And once you understand it, you'll stop pretending to care about matches just to fit in. Society calls you unpatriotic, boring, weird. How can you not watch cricket? Your family looks at you like you're an alien during World Cup season. But psychology sees something else entirely. Independent thinking, low herd mentality, authentic interest patterns. But here's where it gets controversial. Most people don't actually love cricket. They love belonging. They love having something to talk about at work. They love the feeling of being part of something bigger. The sport itself, secondary. But you don't need manufactured excitement to feel connected. You don't need a billion people agreeing with you to enjoy something. And this next part explains why you've always felt like an outsider. Here's what's happening in your brain. Some people are wired for collective experiences. They feel dopamine when their team wins, even if they did nothing. It's called reflected glory, borrowing emotions from strangers' achievements. But your brain, it doesn't work that way. You need personal investment to feel excitement. Watching strangers chase a ball for 8 hours doesn't trigger your reward system. And that's not a flaw. That's just different wiring. You're not broken. You're just not borrowing emotions from a scoreboard. If that made you feel seen, good. But here's what nobody says out loud. People who don't follow popular trends blindly, they tend to be more independent thinkers. Research shows they score higher in critical thinking, lower susceptibility to groupthink, higher self-awareness. Why? Because you don't let culture decide what excites you. You actually ask, do I genuinely enjoy this, or am I just following? Most people never ask that question. They just assume if everyone loves it, they should too. But you require authenticity. And that's rare. But here's the problem with our culture. We've turned cricket into a religion. Not watching it makes you a heretic. People genuinely get offended if you don't know the score. You didn't watch the match? Like you committed a crime. But what if your time is just differently invested? What if those 5 hours everyone spent watching, you spent reading, creating, learning something new? What if your dopamine comes from personal growth, not someone else's 6? That's not boring. That's intentional. That's not weird. That's self-aware. Now, let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with loving cricket. If it genuinely excites you, beautiful, enjoy it. This isn't about hating the sport. It's about not pretending to love something just because everyone else does. Forced enthusiasm is exhausting, and you're allowed to opt out. So here's the question. When cricket season comes, do you genuinely not care, or are you pretending to care just to avoid judgment? And for cricket lovers, ask yourself, do you actually enjoy the game, or do you enjoy the belonging? Both are valid, but knowing the difference matters. Authentic interest beats performed interest every time.